Howdy folks, welcome back to Medicine Creek Farm. Still day 4 midsummer, and I'm trying to get some of this manure spread over on the new field where we're going to get some beans in. Now I've got the big case already set up with the planter, so I'm both loading and spreading with the little Ford here. So it's a little more jumping around, but gotta do what you gotta do. And I figure we've got all this manure, we might as well use it. It's out there, Beefer. Coming through. What'd you find there in the mud? So we'll get swung back around here, and I'm going to be right here, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the gate open. Should be able to keep an eye on the beefers, make sure they don't escape. Takes about 4 bucketfuls, maybe 3.5 with the little bucket. But I didn't think the little Ford would be able to handle the big bucket full of manure. It's pretty heavy. So we'll just use the little bucket. And I did do a little bit of testing just to make sure that this does seem to work. Let's just take a look at the map here real quick. Zoom in, our alfalfa field was there. So we cultivated that. And that gets us 1 level of fertilization. The cultivation, apparently. And then I've already spread 1 spreader load of manure. So there's a down and a back. That gets a 2nd stage, and then when we plant with the solid fertilizer, getting that directly in the ground, that should give us 3 stages. At least it did in my testing, so let's hope that holds true. So this is going to take quite a while. I'm not going to make a whole big long episode of me shoveling manure in here and spreading it. But I thought I'd show a little bit of the process. And it's kind of interesting, a lot of people that actually comment on the videos like the longer videos. But my average view duration is usually between like 6 and 8 minutes. So I think a lot of people just kind of tune it out after a while. And that's fine. For years and years, I completely ignored any analytics on the channel. But lately, I've been kind of just curious and paying attention to what's what. I don't think I'll really change much about what I do, but I was curious about how people were watching and staying in. And so my retention and stuff like that is terrible, but my goal here isn't to, make money or anything. I don't even have the channel monetized, so don't really care. Is that selfish? Maybe. I'm just gonna play my games, tell my stories, and if one person gets a smile or a few minutes of enjoyment out of it, then mission accomplished. There we go. About 3.5 buckets, something like that. So I'm going to dump this back on the pile because I'm pretty sure FarmSim would actually pull out of the bucket and spread it. At least I think it did that in 17. I don't know that I've tested it in 19. But that's a little silly, so just to avoid that, in case it would happen, we'll empty the bucket out. So we're getting some manure spread. We're going to get some beans planted in the ground. And it'll probably be a little bit shorter of episodes this week. I'm having some pretty bad back problems due to super long hours at work. So I can't sit for very long. So I've been doing this this work here in kind of bursts. So we'll get a little bit of recording done. I'll cobble that together, and then hopefully next week, or maybe towards later this week. This is Monday's episode. I'm actually recording it Sunday afternoon. Usually have them done quite a bit ahead of time. Not this time around. So we'll see. Probably do kind of a shorter episode here. We'll just spread manure. Nothing too exciting. And then we're going to get some beans planted. kind of looking at cow prices towards the, I think it's the beginning of late summer. The prices are pretty good. So I still haven't quite decided whether I want to sell the beefers or not. But if I do, I've got a couple, 3 more days to figure that out. There'll be some good prices. And then there's a good price again at some point in the winter. I forget exactly when. So I almost made it out to the end of this here. I can tell on my screen where I spread. I don't know if it gets lost in the YouTube compression or not. It's better than it was on the grass. And I've just been following these cultivation lines. I think I might lose a little bit in the middle. I'm not sure, but it's going to be close enough, and it gives a great reference point for just running down through the field here. Doing these long stretches first, then we'll clean up the edges. And I get almost 2 full passes. Uh-oh, the lack of detail is chasing us. At the old detail bubble. So we're going to get some double coverage here, but that's all right. We'll get this edge all lined out. Could really use a bigger spreader, but this is what we got. There we go. All right, I'm going to go back for another load. I'm going to get all this fertilizer down, and you can see I've got the case there ready to go. It's all full of soybean seed and fertilizer. And I've actually been using the correct seed from the correct pallets, even though in FarmSim it doesn't matter, it's all seed. So that requires a little bit of XML juggling here and there when I've got leftovers. But I've been keeping that consistent, making sure I'm using the corn seed for corn and the soybean seed for soybean off of the correct pallets. Doesn't really matter, but it makes me happy. So I'm going to get the rest of this spread, and then we'll do some planting. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, folks, we've got all the manure on the field. Got the case warmed up. I've double-checked all the tanks. We're all good to go there. Let's get some beans in the ground. Alrighty, GPS on. Let's get the right program loaded up. Let's see. Well, I guess it didn't save that one. I had one of these set up for that, so we're going to load that. Double-click to load it. Going to reset the width there. I'm going to save this as plant. I'm calling this house field because it's by the house. You know, not terribly inventive. There we go. That should let us plant here. It's pretty well locked in. Oh yeah, I had that lowered. Let's not drag it through the ground. Until we're ready. There we go. Make sure we got that going down. Seeds are going down. Fertilizer's going down. Spread rate looks good. I think we're planting. Be interesting to see if that weird square shows up in the beans as well. And that's interesting. Are we actually fertilizing? When I tested, this seemed to work all right. All right, hold up. I swear I tested this. Silly autosave. Yeah, it's getting third stage. Interesting. It doesn't seem like it's really spreading much. Alright. Whatever. There's ticked down to 98%. Alright, well I'll keep an eye on it. I'm going to try to get the spray rate so that it uses the fertilizer about the same as it uses the seed. I don't know what the actual implement would do. But you would think they would make it so you're not constantly having to refill one or the other. So that's, you know, about approximate on the tank size versus the usage. But I don't know. Maybe you just adjust it and deal with it. Never done any row crop farming IRL. But I know there's some experts out there. Let me know in the comments. You know, how's that work? I know you adjust the planter depending on what you're planting. At least that's my understanding. So do you change the fertilizer rate too? And does it ever match up with your seed, or you just keep an eye on the tanks and fill as necessary? Interested to know. We are getting dirty. Look at that. Wonder if that's, yeah, that's probably, yeah, that's the manure. Dirtying up them wheels. Nice. Get out of here, crows. Won't you eat my beans? I'm not sure that was going to kick off, so I went ahead and hit the brakes. Just double check. It is set for stop on the headland mode. Kick you down. Easy there, tractor. What I want to check though, if we bring that up to 150, because the fertilizer's lagging behind a bit. We'll try 150, see where we're at. Back up a bit here, get lined up. Off we go again. I hope this works. We're heading down through there. Let's bring up the menu here. So if we go look at here, it says we can plant soybeans clear up to the end of midsummer. Of course, the soil temperature is more than good. So I think we're going to be okay. The only thing is, we're going to be probably harvesting right in here, and will the weather let us harvest? It's a gamble. We'll see. A lot of gambling and farming. That's all different colors there. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, we're getting the triple fertilization, so ought to have a pretty good bean crop in here. We got the boop boop on this side. Way before it actually needs to be here. Back into the trees here. I've got the steering rate turned way down. A, because I'm using a keyboard, so it makes it a little smoother. And then B, it makes you kind of slow down. I like to play somewhat realistically, but I still catch myself just whipping the tractor around like it's a go-kart. So it just it makes me slow down a little bit. It always bugs me watching somebody's farm sim video and they're just buzzing around like a race car. There's no wrong way to play, but I want to see it a certain way. Alright, let's actually... Now that we got that, let's get back on track. With the keyboard, it's hard to like brake gently. You know, it's on off, bang bang. Can't really do anything about that. But slowing down the steering makes me kind of stop when I'm reversing or whatever. For whatever reason, the front wheels are a different color. I don't know. It's farm sim. What are you going to do? Just have fun and roll with it. The back tires are definitely picking up some manure. You gonna bloop bloop? Oh, you bloop bloop really late. All right. So we gotta hit the brakes on our own up here for whatever reason. There we go. All right, not too bad. Good weather today. What's the weather like tomorrow? Sunny, sunny, sunny all day. A little bit of rain Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So get the beans in, and they're going to get plenty of moisture, it looks like. And you know, these are all fertilized, ready to go. We might have to spray for weeds, or I don't know. I might just ignore it. We'll see. But I think I'll wrap up the episode here. Make it a little shorter than normal. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll either be selling beefers or not. Because there is a good price coming up. But I don't know. I've been kind of thinking about maybe go in slurry instead of the solid manure. Slurry's a little easier to deal with. You can get some bigger tankers and stuff. So I don't know, maybe we'll hold on to the beefers, maybe we'll even get some more. And then go slurry for all our fertilization needs. I don't know, we'll see what the future holds. But as always, thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you next time.